So in this video, I'm going to teach you how to invest in real estate with no money. Yes, it is not a bait and switch. It's not a joke. You absolutely can become a real estate millionaire without any of your own money. So I have 4 things I'm going to talk about in this video. Number 1, how do you really invest in real estate without your money? How do you use low interest mortgages? Kind of the obvious, but some people avoid the bank. I don't. How to use other people's money and versions of money. That's going to be a big one. And the last one is how to use funding to buy real estate. Stay tuned. We got a lot to say. Get a big pen and paper. So number 1, how do you not use any of your own money? Well, first of all, even if you have money, like I have a lot of money, I still use other people's money. And you got to say, well, why would you do that? Because my money's invested in other things. So I would have to divest my money to buy other things. So there's a cycle as you get more mature, but I'm talking to you beginners or kind of moderate beginners. How would you do it? Well, the easiest way is go find a partner, right? Go find somebody who's got some money. You can say, well, that's in the OPM category. It is and it isn't. So let's see if it's just going to be you, what could you do? One of my favorite ways to go in with no money down is on terms, right? And I've had some amazing mentors who have taught me how to do terms. So terms would be things like an owner carryback. So how do you have the owner carryback land? Now I'm doing this right now. I don't know how many millions of dollars of acres that I have under owner carrybacks, where the owner's carrying back the note. So in Boise, Idaho, just outside, a partner and I just bought 77 acres. And we didn't put any money down. We put it under contract, but we gave a little bit more of a premium price to do this. So we didn't have to put money down. And we actually financed an owner carry. So we're gonna have to pay him 6% interest, and he's gonna owner carry for, I don't remember the exact terms, 4 to 6 years, and then we're gonna refi the whole thing out. Or honestly, because we're gonna develop it, we'll sell it all out to builders. Again, we're gonna get into a great piece of land, no money down, an owner carry back. We're gonna take the land, we're gonna sell it back out to builders, no money down, and I don't even know how many millions that's gonna make us. So how do you do it if you were just in, say, your neighborhood? Tons of houses, believe it or not, are for sale. Now, if they're already on the MLS listing, you're probably not gonna get as good a deal. So you're gonna see a lot of people that actually send out mailers, put in postcards, go to real estate investment associations in your local area. And what you wanna find are the people who wanna move an apartment, a duplex, a fourplex, they wanna move some real estate, and they wanna move it now. So what you could do is offer an owner carryback. Now, if they want a down payment and they wanna actually get a little bit of money, then that's when you reach up to the OPM or over to the OPM, the other people's money, and say, I need a down payment of $50,000, $20,000, $100,000. So you might have to do a double strategy of using other people's money, doing an owner carryback on terms. And then that's easy, you're gonna buy the property that way. The other way to do it is be right in the middle. Now this is a little more complicated, right? It's like a little bit of a wholesaling strategy. You're gonna find the property of somebody that wants to sell it, and you're gonna go out and you're gonna find the buyer. You're gonna put them together at the same time, and you won't own the real estate, but you're gonna make the spread in the middle. So you're gonna find somebody who wants to sell and somebody wants to buy, and you're gonna put them together at the closing table. That's a wholesale. So again, you don't have any money in, you're gonna have some time in. That isn't my preferred way. The owner carryback is my preferred way. Now let's get to the one that I use the most, which is OPM, other people's money. You say, well, how do I find other OPM? So OPM is everywhere. It's everywhere. People have cash all over the place. People have 401ks, right, from past jobs. So you would approach them and tell them you want to do OPM. OPM costs anywhere between 10%, 8% if you can get it. That's like really cheap. I would never do 8%. If you came to me and said, Loral, I want to do a loan and I'll pay you 8%, I would never do it. I wouldn't do it for less than 12, quite honestly. But there's a lot of people that will do it for 10. There are a few people older that will do it for 8. You might have to pay as much as 15. So shop for that money a little bit. Now what you want to find is somebody who could be consistent with you, right? Other people's money is someone who can be consistent. They have at least 100,000 that you can use. You're going to pay them for the use of that money, and then you're going to go out and go shopping. You're going to go buy the real estate you want. You can buy the apartment you want. You can partner with other people to do this. That's what I did way back in the day. I was 34 years old, January 8th. I woke up and I was going to be a mom and he didn't want to be a dad. And this was my son, Logan. And I called the mentor, 20 years my senior, exactly what I'm telling you to do. And I said, it's time to go buy real estate. And I got to become a millionaire. I've got 9 months. He said, why 9 months? I said, because I'm going to have a baby. I'm going to be a single mom. So let's get going. I was a millionaire in 6 months and we did it all on OPM. That's why I know this strategy so well. So I went out and helped raise millions of dollars. We bought millions of dollars of real estate with it. And again, notice all of the criteria. Somebody had a lot of experience in buying and flipping apartments. So some of them we bought and flipped, some we bought and rehabbed and kept. Over the 6 months, we bought enough real estate that I became a millionaire. And I took a smaller share because I had the least experience, but I was there and I wanted to do it. So all of you that are just starting out, you've got to find more experienced folks. Now let's move over to a really, I'm going to say more creative way to do it, which is OPM, but it's in the qualified plans. So you're going to find 401ks, you're going to find Roth IRAs, you're going to find just general IRAs. People have a lot of qualified money. In fact, there's trillions of dollars today sitting in qualified plans. How do you find them? You got to start talking to people. Go to local real estate associations. Believe it or not, the good old Yahoo groups have over 1,600 groups of real estate investors out there. So don't tell me you can't find them. There are tons of people who are waiting for people to do the work because older money doesn't want to do all the work anymore. So you can partner that up. It's not going to be difficult to do that. Let's talk about a few more, like I'm going to say really creative ways to do this. So right now, the SBA is giving out money like it's unbelievable, right? So an SBA is for Small Business Administration, and it's available to all of you that have a business. You cannot be a sole proprietor. You have to be incorporated to get this. You've got to file for your P&Ls and balance sheets. But the SBAs are giving money to companies across the United States, anywhere from, I know clients who have gotten 40,000, 50,000, 100. I have one client in real estate, 7 different companies, got over $100,000. Last I checked, $700,000. And for 2.5 years, you don't have to pay interest. Do you know what you can do with $700,000? Not only buy and flip, like that's going to be the strategy, is buy and flip and buy and flip and buy and flip. He'll be a millionaire in just a year. He got $700,000 of free money. Now, that's all loan money, so you just don't add 300 to become a real estate millionaire, right? So for those of you who are thinking about, well, who am I going to call and who might be those people? Share these video. You can actually follow up with them and say, you're the person that might have the 401k, you're the person that has OPM. Share this video. Lots of people are going to need this content to kind of understand what you're wanting to do. At least starts the conversation. So share as wide as you can. Now, the fourth strategy, which is so cool, it's funding. So there's ways to get funding all over the place. And again, you got to be a company. So there's so many advantages of being a company. And I just got to take a little pause here. Aren't you irritated by now? Out of all the videos, if you haven't watched my videos, go back and watch them. And aren't you curious why you're not taught this? You're taught how to have a job. You're not taught to be an entrepreneur. So it's got to be at some level irritating you that you don't know this. Because once you're 18 and you have a company, you can go get funding, a lot of funding, right? With the right business plan and the right value of revenue statements, you can go get hundreds of thousands of dollars of funding that's available to you and your company. And yes, it's going to be debt, but it's good debt and it's usually cheap debt. It's 2%, 3%, 4% debt. So funding is available to all of you as long as you have a real estate company, you got a real estate business plan, you could submit for funding. One other that's a little different than funding, but I just thought of it and I got to add it in here, are grants. There are so many grants that you can get. And if you do anything that is Department of Conservation, green energy, you could put some green energy solar out on your property, anything that has any green connotation to it, you can probably get some additional grants, which is free money. You don't even have to pay back grant money. So you do a little combined strategies of OPM, you might do 401k, you might do some owner carryback, you might do funding. Do you see? Money is everywhere. So don't use, I don't have any money as an excuse to ever not only become a millionaire, but how to do a real estate transaction with no money down. There's so many things that I have to teach you. Cannot wait. So I'm going to give you a gift. Actually, I've never given this gift away. So my team's going to go Laurel, you're doing it again. So I wrote a very cool, what I just call base program, what's called Real Estate as Leverage. The coolest. It's about 168 pages. So I'm going to actually carve out a few chapters for you just live right now. And actually, I'm going to give you 3 chapters of Real Estate as Leverage. And it'll review our funding sources. It'll review some of the entity and very creative deal structure and the way I got those deals done. So can't wait to share it with you. Get the gift, click on the link below, download it and consume it. Take notes all over it. Let me know if you've enjoyed it.